All right, let's talk about a really fascinating idea that's starting to reshape artificial intelligence. We're moving beyond just asking one super smart AI for an answer, and instead, we're building an entire AI dream team. Okay, let's get into it. You've probably been there, right? You ask ChatGPT or Gemini a question, and the answer that comes back is, well, it's a little off. Maybe it confidently just makes something up, or it completely misses the point of what you were asking. It's a frustration we've all had, even with the most powerful AIs out there. And this really gets to the heart of the problem. No single AI is perfect. I mean, they all have these major performance concerns, like hallucinations, where the AI just invents facts, or just plain old inaccuracies. This happens because every large language model, or LLM, has its own unique way of thinking, its own training data. This gives each one different strengths, but also really different weaknesses.
And that brings us to this brilliant solution, our AI Dream Team. The idea is, instead of relying on one solo genius, what if you could harness the collective intelligence of a bunch of AIs and let their strengths cover for each other's weaknesses? Now, the technical term for this is an LLM ensemble. It's just the practice of using multiple models together to handle one single task. And this isn't just a cool theory. It's a real and growing field with some very distinct strategies for making these AI teams work. Let's start with the first one, the specialist approach.
So, this first strategy is all about smart delegation. It's kind of like a team captain picking the absolute best player for a very specific situation. In the world of LLM ensembles, this team captain is called a router. Its only job is to look at your question before any of the heavy lifting is done and then send it to the best model for that specific job. Researchers call this the ensemble before inference approach. So how does this actually work? Let's walk through it. A question comes in, say you ask, who founded the theory of relativity? The router AI immediately sees this is a simple, factual question. It doesn't need to call on the biggest, most creative, and most expensive model on the team. Nope. Instead, it picks a smaller, more cost-efficient model that's a pro at these kinds of queries. And the result? You get a fast, accurate answer without wasting resources. It's just smarter. Now, our second strategy is less about one-off delegation and way more about an intense, real-time collaboration. I like to call it the live brainstorm.
With this method, the whole AI team works on the answer at the exact same time, but they're doing it at the smallest possible level, token by token, which is basically word by word. This is called ensemble during inference, because all the teamwork is happening while the answer is actually being created.
And the process itself is pretty wild. Let's use our relativity question again. The query goes out to every single model on the team. Now, to generate just the first word, one AI might suggest Richard, but two others suggest Albert. The system looks at these suggestions, decides Albert is the best bet, and makes that the first word of the answer. Then, the entire process repeats for the next word and the one after that until the whole answer is built. Okay, our final strategy kind of flips the script. Here, the AIs all work by themselves first, and the teamwork only happens at the very end. Think of it like a panel of experts, each giving their final verdict. This is the ensemble after inference approach. So each model in the group generates its own complete, separate response to your question. It's only after all the different answers are submitted that the system decides which one is the best, or maybe how to blend them together. And there are two main ways it does this. On the left, you've got the non-cascade method. Here, every AI works at the same time, in parallel. You get all the answers at once, and then some kind of final review process, like a majority vote, picks the winner. But on the right is the cascade method, which is really brilliant for efficiency. It starts by asking the fastest, cheapest AI first. If that answer is good enough, the process stops right there. If not, it cascades up to the next, slightly smarter model, and so on, until it gets an answer that works. This saves a whole lot of time and money. So we've seen how these AI teams can delegate, brainstorm, and review each other's work. But, why does all of this really matter? What's the big payoff at the end of the day? Well, the benefits are pretty huge. By combining these models, we get way higher accuracy and much better reasoning. We can seriously cut down on those hallucinations that drive us crazy with single models. And, as we saw with the router and cascade methods, we can do all of this while saving a ton of money. The bottom line is you get a more robust, more reliable, and just plain better AI system. And this is really the key thing to take away today. The future of AI isn't about finding that one single model that can do everything perfectly. No,
It's about building intelligent, collaborative systems where all these different AIs can work together, each one contributing its own unique strengths to create something much greater than any of them could be alone.
So I'll leave you with this last thought. We've already seen the incredible impact that just one powerful AI can have on our world. So just imagine what's possible when we get entire teams of them working together in perfect sync. What new things will they help us create? What problems will they help us solve?